We are diving into a phone today that I think a lot of you are curious about, the Samsung Galaxy A05. Seems like one of those phones that's really focused on just getting the job done without emptying your wallet.
Yeah, definitely. A no frills kind of phone.
Yeah,
But that's what a lot of people want these days. I mean, who really needs all those bells and whistles, right?
exactly. But what do those no frills actually get you? Let's start with what everyone sees first with a phone, the display. 6.7 inches, HD plus PLS LCD. I mean, that's practically a tablet.
Haha. Yeah.
No.
You're not wrong. Bigger than the iPhone 15 for sure. So if you're watching videos or something, you get that bigger screen, which is nice.
Yeah.
And the display tech. It's PLS LCD, which is actually Samsung's own version, similar to what you get with IPS LCD.
So does that mean the display is going to be any good?
It means the colors should be good, viewing angles should be pretty wide. It's hard to say without actually seeing it in person, but probably their way of making it cheaper without making it, a bad screen.
Right, got to keep the costs down somewhere. Okay, so we know how it looks, but what about how it runs? It's got a MediaTek Helio G85 processor and 4 GB of RAM. Can you, translate that into how well it'll actually work?
Yeah, so the Helio G85, that's a mid-range chip from MediaTek. It'll handle your day-to-day stuff like browsing the web, checking social media, watching some YouTube. For super intense games, yeah, maybe not so much.
So basically, don't expect to be playing, the latest Call of Duty on this thing.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the 4 gigs of RAM, that's fairly standard now, even on less expensive phones. Helps when you're switching between apps, keeps things running smoothly.
So no complaints there. Now, storage space. This phone has 64 GB internally, but you can put in an SD card for up to 1 TB. 1 TB. I mean, is that even necessary on a phone? What would you even put on there?
That's a ton of storage.
Right.
64 GB on its own is pretty decent, but that 1 terabyte expansion is, I mean, you could fit practically your entire movie collection, all your music, photos, everything.
That's wild. That's like no more deleting stuff to make space for new stuff.
Nope, you're set. Which is perfect, especially because the camera situation on this phone is pretty good.
Oh, yeah, let's talk cameras. On the back, we have dual setup, a 50 MP main lens, and then a 2 MP depth sensor.
hmm
Okay, first of all, depth sensor. I kind of get it, but explain it like I'm 5.
Okay, so you know how in photography you can have the subject in focus, but the background is all blurry. That's bokeh, and you need to know how far away things are to do that well. That depth sensor basically just helps the main camera figure that out.
Makes your photos look all artsy.
Exactly. Makes a big difference, especially compared to older phones. And that 50 megapixel main camera,
Hmm?
it's pretty good, especially at this price. Means you get a lot of detail in your shots.
It all sounds pretty impressive, honestly. But none of it matters if the battery dies after, 2 hours, right?
Right. Battery life is key. So the A05 has a 5,000 milliamp battery, which is a good sign. It's designed for all-day use. And actually, 5,000 milliamp is pretty standard these days.
So when they say all day, are they exaggerating?
It really depends on how you use your phone. For most people, yeah, you're covered for the entire day. If you're a heavy gamer, constantly on YouTube or TikTok, then maybe you'll need a top-up in the evening. But for the average person, it'll easily last you.
So the Galaxy A05 sounds like a winner. I mean, big screens, solid performance, tons of storage, and a battery that lasts. What more could you want?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? What do you want in a phone? If it's all about those core features and saving money is a priority, then yeah, this phone seems like it checks a lot of boxes.
I think that's a great place to leave it. A big thank you to our expert for breaking it all down for us, and to you for listening. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.